suñu maam yi doon def ñu ko def góor ak góor sëy jigéen ak jigéen sëy loolu lañ fi fekk naka góor ak góor sorry maa ngi jégalu waa doomu mistake góor ak jigéen ñu sëy waaw loolu lañ fekk suñu maam yi góor ak jigéen sëy waaw loolu lañ fi fekk te man tamit loolu laa bëgg te loolu laa ñu ànd ci loolu soo bëggee jabar nga dem uti soxna nga takk ko farata yàlla sunu si Muhammad ngeen sëy am doom yu baax yu barke waaw loolu daal man loolu mooy suma xalaat.
noo tudda?
man maa ngi tudd Aïssatou Keita.
Aïssatou Keita mbaa nguuri Gambia bee nii lii nga xam ne moo di commissioner human rights dañ advice nguuri Gambia pour ñu aar moo li nga xam ne moo di LGBT maanaam mooy jigéen ak jigéen ñuy sëy ak góor a góor ñuy sëy lu si sa xalaat si loolu noonu.
li suma xalaat moom nanguwuma loolu parce que dangaa gis ne Gambia fii dëgg la ne la waaye
Welcome back from the 1 hour break. Council, if we are ready to continue, please do so.
Indeed, Mr. Chair, we are ready to proceed, and the usher is gone to fetch the witness. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
I, Amadou Scattred Janneh.
I, Amadou Scattred Janneh.
Do swear that.
Do swear that.
I'll speak the truth.
I'll speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Welcome to the TRRC. Before we proceed, may I ask that we have interpretation from English to Mandinka and vice versa. I mean, I know the witness would speak in English, but I would also encourage him to speak in Mandinka as and whenever he wants to. The whole essence really is to ensure that the stories that are told here would reach the maximum number of citizens, so people would know what actually happened in this country. So, Mr. Mane, are you guys ready to provide interpretation in the Mandinka language and vice versa? I have received indication that they are ready. So, please, let's start. Housekeeping issues, Mr. Janneh, or Dr. Janneh to be more correct. Thank you for your willingness to come to testify before the TRRC. We normally give this warning to most witnesses who testify before us that they are expected to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I have every confidence that you would heed to that warning.
Yes.
Mr. Mane, are you with us? We can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm ready.
Well, be ready now. It seems you are not.
Yes, I'm ready now.
Yes, could you now take it from there? I have just reminded Dr. Janneh that witnesses who appear before the commission are expected and required by the law to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
ake hakilo bulandi nyine la Mr. Janneh ko sedo lu min kana sediyaro la jang nyinji ko le bije ko ibe toñale fula jang ite fon fula jang mem manke toñati abibe fem fula jang abebe kala toñaleti ike hakilo bulandi wolela.
Mr. Dr. Janneh, your story is quite extensive. It is in fact a book.
But
for the purposes of this testimony, we have to abridge it. We have to reduce it. And would deal mainly with those issues that pertain to this theme that we are working on, which is the prisons in the Gambia.
Andun kacha sembo belala menkan wole mkukmuti ya meunati puruka kacha wole keta kasolu Kenya ti nyimbanko kan.
That does not mean that your life story is not interesting and important for the commission. It is important.
Amanke ko komisyon manyin hammesoto ila balunya ninkul min ketetela ako kukuma bale mu fananti barbitun kol ni lanya le asabu nyindo munyati linyalti lafta mensene yandila.
So your life story and the things that happened to you in the prison system is captured in your book. We would exhibit that book. We would make it available to the commission so the commission would have the full story, the full details.
Ako ila balunya Kenya kolu menu ketela ila mutoko no sako kasola. Akolu kuma yata bakele bari unata kikuti meni alonko ye safe ila kitabo kono ifanga mendada akondu ibe fero kila le kawo kitabo nati kadi komiso wala puru salon ko membebe buko nyinkono wala kitabo nyinkono isalon ya fahamu ak mun kamala isalon men ketela o dalilu le ya sabu be kulu sambala wonya.
For the purposes of your testimony today, I would want us to focus on the following topics.
Akobari bi ila CDRO kano abe lafila nyatili nyayo kekulula abina menu folateng.
One, your background.
Follow wala itafango Kenya itulum jumati.
Your that is including the work you have done until you served as a cabinet minister in Jammeh's government.
Wala mkulu tamata nyami hanifo itafango kulu milu tamandi fona katabula watu meng itafango natake cabinet minister ti Jammeh mansa kunda kono.
I know that it is not so directly related to this theme, but we would want you to tell us your experience working with Jammeh in his government.
Akaya alone oninyi ko sambanya manyo soto bari nyimula finna kuleti komisyon la karola inin Jammeh do ko keta nyamin alla ko tata nyami ilaftale itefango ya sata alata nyamin.
Well, that would implicate you to dissect the anatomy of a dictator, but I hope we would be able to abridge it such that we can just have the important tidbits.
Ako we nyina kako dictator wala mtajire maralla la maralinya iba beja bakese wotola le baribitum iba sutiyandila nyama le nyame ya lonko asikun wato kono nyin kamala ko lusila ko ayta ko laftala nyamin.
We would also look at life as a businessman for you.
Alumbe jibero kala fanan julaya be julaya tamandika wato men wo tembo e kulube ibulu nyadile.
How that has led you into how that has exposed you to the problems of the ordinary Gambian citizen.
Anifo wonata ite fangola kolu yitandino nyadile Gambia dingulu la min ya lonko banku dingol la muyti bari iketa molleti min ya lonko banku ding kensangol la muyti bari be banko kan.
Some of the ways of the then Jammeh government, the tax and spend approach to governance.
Aning ya Jammeh la mararo kono kulu tamata nyamen kabrin namo lanya la karola aning kulu de pansol ning kukata ngulumeni alonko iketa kuta mari ulti wala kusoto ulti atela wuche okono.
How you have taken matters into your own hands and launched a campaign against dictatorship in this country.
hanifo ite fangonata kuluta ifango bulo kono nyami hanifo inata lankene maro wulindi ko babul ka fome campaigno ka kulu banke ka wotajire mararo kele nyim banko kan hanifo akunata tanyamin anata labanyami.
Your arrest, the search of your premises and subsequent search of your premises,
anin inate mutanyamen hanifo amanda wala inatana kataitara dulato kaje be visite kaje jube kulu beje nyamanin ka be bonyoto ite lafta menaje.
your experience with the panel of investigators,
kisirila lumenu ye tombong ite ningul lakul fonata la nyadile yemu londile soto la karola.
Your detention in several places in this country, including the old airport, Brusubi police station, and Mile 2 prisons and Joshua.
Anim fanang hanufo inatana kate muta nyadile biriye muta ye sindi damendo to kabrin kluntila ji kototo Mile 2 prison kata Joshua anin dinkira kotemulu ye sindi damen ke mabo moluma.
The conditions in each of those detention places,
ye sindi o dinkiralu melnuto wolu betaranya nyadile to otembo yete samba wolto to moment.
the denial of your basic human rights during this period of detention,
wato men ibe muto kono ye bali ila hadama ya nyanto tukulu sotola nyame nyama,
including denial of access to members of your family,
hanifo inata balam fanan pour ita fango badingulu nin dimbayalu pour inni ole nyoje abuka sotono,
access to your lawyers,
hanifo inila loyalu fanalu temo a sotonya keta koleati,
and access to consular services.
anim fanan kolu lanya itenin bandala banko la bundalu temo pour isla sulo momentije ye baliwo belela.
The subsequent charges that were laid against you,
anin itelnate te kalami mun kuma kannela yete tumi benula.
your life as a pre-trial detainee at Mile 2 prisons, but mainly at Bambadinka in Joshua.
Anim fanang yetara nyamen ke Mile 2 kasola ko muta mole muiteti anim fanang inate samba damen Bambadinka Joshua kasoto.
The comparison in terms of conditions between these various places you've been detained,
ye sindi nyin dinkiralu menuto nya ila taranya la fatam fanso kolu la kilimbali o dinkiralu to wol fanalu Kenya.
the ethnic distribution or the ethnic composition of the prisons administration in Gambia,
anin do kulalu menu be kaso bundalu la do kulalu wol fanalu siolu la fatam fanso je siolu la talantalango wo fanan Kenya etela crossiroto,
including the problems of tribalism and nepotism that exist in the prisons administration.
anin fanan si fatam fanso anin ka kuriya samba siolu kan anin fasaro me yalonko wolle betama kanun na kaso bundal.
The problems at Joshua prisons
kolea kolu menu tatanu Joshua kasola
and the problems at Mile 2 prisons.
anin kolea kolu menu tata Mile 2 kasola.
In particular, the issue of food,
sako baluo la karola molo domoro menka di kasola nkola je.
the daily searches,
ani luolunding ikana visitero menna kamulla dinkiralu visite,
the lack of family visits,
anin kebali ini badimul la nyoje wala katela dimbayalu,
the theft of rations,
anin ika kasolankola baluo mensunya,
the illegal burning of wood into charcoal at Joshua prisons,
anin ika kuomen tamandije menni luwa manta nyola ka yirolu ta ke janike kekemboti Joshua kasola.
other corrupt practices,
anin nakaro nin tapale akukotangulu men yalonko ike tamandi.
conditions of your cell during pre-trial detention, especially during the rainy season of 2011.
2011 sango kono ye mabo selo men kono wo ko tembo be je nyaadi le janning ibete sambala kitola.
How the court dealt with that issue?
kiti bundalu nata wo kolu bonyoto nyadi le yela nyameng.
Your subsequent trial, which you described as a sham trial,
aning inatete kiti ndi nyameng itefana tafoko wo mu kiti jenkeringoleti.
and in that we would look at the conduct of the presiding judge.
And wo fanan kono jojo wolem kiti ndir lalu wol fanalu ye kolu tamandi nyameng aning ye manyalu menu kije.
Your subsequent conviction and sentence,
Aning inata itel ko ite lua men yete muta hanufo inata ite sorong dalilo lumenukan.
and the attitude of the judge towards your sentencing.
Aning kitindirla nyin jojo nyin ate lajiko ay quota mandi nyaming ite lao soronda kan.
Your personal experience as to Janneh's relationship with members of the judiciary.
Andung ite fangola jero ketamuneti. Jamme fango ni wo kitindirla lu la kolu lanya menube molu kitindika wotumo.
Your subsequent incarceration at Mile 2 prisons.
Aning inata imabo dami Mile 2 kasola ye sorondaming.
Together with your co-accused persons.
Aning mo kotanglu meni alonko ye ni menu tu minyola.
And your experiences at the prisons.
Aning inata jero menke ye kolu je nyamim membe caring kasokono.
In particular, the problems of diseases.
Sako kurangulu ni jankari kotengulu meni aronko wole sotontanung kasokono.
Its attendant result on the prison population, including one of your co-accused.
Aning wo kurangulu ni jankarolu menbe kasokono wolunata molu kenyadile kasolankolu kono katabula mo kilir na me alonko yeteni obetu minyola le kolu kono.
Life in the security wing.
Aning ikafodam ye security wing kantabunda me alonko abe kasokono je balunya faso membiji.
In particular, the issue of visits for prisoners.
Sako molu badingulu tero lu dimbaya lu meluka ulikafo binaka solankolu kumba bola.
The problems with pretrial detention.
Aning kole ya kolu menu bilari niye mumuta janibe kitindila kufasongulu menu la ya lonko iketaki.
Especially those detained for long without being taken before a judge.
Sako molu menu ya lonko niye muta ikame siring kasola ime kitindi janibe londi la kitindiri lalu nyati limula.
The problems with food and medical care.
Aning kole ya kolu menu kasoto balu la karola domoro aning jararo bunda fanana karola.
And your views as to how those are used as weapons against prisoners.
Aning itela jero aketa nyadile iteli kauta ka ke joranguti puruka kasolankolu kele wo kufasongolula.
The issues of malnutrition, diabetes, hypertension, beriberi, etc.
Aning kuolu meni alonko inata o sababu kasola melu keta domori saharin soto bali ya daliloti aning jankarolu melu nata soto je menk beko beriberi aning diabetes ni sukuru kurango aning jankar kotengol ni montora kotengol melu nata la kasola nkolu kanje.
Hazards in the prisons such as overcrowding.
Aning kole ya ku kotengol melu kasoto kasola ko molu kasia fakala natambi kasoka dete.
Poor wiring and so forth.
Aning kurangolu menu ke poseje wolu bukado ku anyama wo kole akolu aning ku kotangolu menu alon ko keta kole ku kotangolti kasokono.
The lack of sensible segregation of prisoners.
Aning hakili doya men sotonta fatam fanso la karola kasola nkolu menu alon ko ke mutai ke natije.
The lack of due care by prison officers, what you call official neglect or indifference.
Anin kasola do kula lu meni alon ko be kaso kono do kula ila nya kaso anin ike kodi kasola nkol la nyamin anin wo ku faso lu meni alon ko ke tamandi kasola nkolu kanje.
Your observation as to the objective of the prison service, which is to wirehouse inmates instead of rehabilitating them.
Aning ila jero ketamuneti niye molu nati kasola ika ila kolu lanya di le tilimbali ala karola me ya lonko anyanta kala mentinu wala mpurka kosola nkolu falin ke kemmo kendolti wala ke nyinya di janibe fintila bari itelkana je ke tajire ya dinkirati.
The executions of death row inmates.
Aning luwa emenu soron num kotoke ko inyante fala bari inate soron wulu fanalu inata wulu muta nyali le keifa.
and the impact that has had on prisoners, on inmates.
Aningo faro na tamukule sababu kasolankulu la miro ni la jero luto utumo lebe kasokono.
And finally, your pardon and deportation from your native country, the Gambia.
O bandulato inata yamfe nyadile. Bari amanda woto inate dia kuya fintindi banko kan ite fango wulu banko hanufo ye banko bula kukang meya lonka manke dia nyekoti.
It's a very long list of topics. So, Dr. Janneh, tell us about yourself. Give us a brief description of your background, both educational and work experience. Before you start, Doctor, you have a PhD, so that means you have passed through an extensive period of education.
I'll make it
so
short.
let's try to shorten it. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'll make it very short. I was born in Gunjur and did my primary school education there.
Allow the interpreter also. Yes.
Muluta gunjurle adum nganna primary karango londo damuta jele karanta jele
okay, and I attended St. Augustine's High School from 74 to 79.
Ntata St. Augustine's High School kabo 1974 kata 1979.
Then I worked for the RDP from 1979 to 81.
Ndo ngado ko ke RDP kabo 1979 kata 81 1981 sangokono.
What does RTP stand for? RDP, what does it stand for? Rural Development Program, right?
Project.
RDP, Santoto Yurwandi Doko. Yes, RDP.
And then from there I went to work for Radio Gambia from 81 to 1983.
Ubotaje ndata doko la Radio Gambia kabo 1981 kata 1983.
So 83 to 90, okay, I have to, from 1983 to 1990, I studied in the US and a PhD in 1990.
Kabo 1983 kata 1990 tata karangola America Banko kampurka na PhD karango je ngomemba 1990.
Which university?
University Juma.
University of Tennessee.
University of Tennessee in Karanta Wolto.
Your bio shows that you did all your academics, your higher education from the same university, University of Tennessee in Knoxville.
Andu ila kibaro yitandiko yela karango beke.
Yeah, Knoxville College.
Yela karango beke Tennessee University leto Knoxville College yela karango beke woleto.
Are they two different institutions, Knoxville College and University of Tennessee in Knoxville?
Ako foi fatavele University of Tennessee and Knoxville College. Foi manke dinkira klimuti bang.
They're two different schools. I did the bachelor's degree at Knoxville College.
Ako fatatale akaye bachelor's degree ke Knoxville College le.
And then the master's and PhD at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville.
Master's in PhD ke Tennessee University le Knoxville Saturday.
Wonderful. So what did you do after you obtained your PhD in 1990?
Yemune ke brie la PhD soto 1990 sangokono.
I taught political science at the University of Tennessee.
Nakarandiro ke University of Tennessee political londo aluka londo ngole karandije.
From 1990 to 93.
Kabo 1990 kata 1993.
What did you do after that?
Yemune ke brio botala.
Then I returned to the Gambia to work briefly for the government.
Tumolen saytanan Gambia kanado ko ke Gambia man sakundaya wati sutun kono.
Where in the government, which branch of the government were you employed?
Man sakunda la fanna juma wolle ta do ko la utumo.
The then Ministry of External Affairs as Assistant Secretary.
Motumo ngeta Assistant Secretary leti wala Secretary no lankoti Minister Bundala membe Gambia ning bantala banko lutema.
For how long did you work for the foreign ministry?
Ye wuche jelle ke do ko la na Minister Bundala membe ning bantala banko lutema.
It was a brief stint, I believe about 3 months, then I went to MDI.
akata watu sutuneti ngamen kije karisaba wuche ngamera ngole kije mbota je utumolo mtata MDI.
Yes, and what did you do at the MDI?
Sai yemuneke MDI.
I was an instructor there.
Nketa karandir lalti woto fanang.
In which discipline?
Sila jumakang
Management training,
mararo londo la karo la kadinkiralu
public
maraduku
administration.
ani jama doku bundalu sambanya.
And for how long did you work there?
Ye wuche jelle ke woto doku wala.
September of 1993, I returned to the US.
September 1993 sangokono muruta ntata America Banko kang.
How many months did you work for at the MDI?
Ye kari jelle doku MDI.
It must be something like 6 months or so.
Asi kenyinti ko ngakari woro le kije wala dala man aniyo manjam fanyola.
And what did you do when you returned to the US?
Biri muruta America yemune kije koteke.
I resumed teaching political science.
Muruta na doku koto la karandiroke politiko luka londo la karola.
In which institution?
Karambum jumato.
At Pellissippi State College and the University of Tennessee.
Pellissippi State College omu karambundoleti membije ani University of Tennessee.
And for how long did you teach in that institution?
Ye wuche jelle ke karandirola wo karambungulto.
I believe I continued teaching there until 2003.
Ngamira ntententa karandirola je hani for 2003 sangokono.
2000.
Hani for 2000 sangokono.
And then?
Okola?
Then I moved to Savannah and set up an export business, import-export from Savannah, Georgia.
Ndata Savannah, Georgia, nga safar bunda loje, menketa marsandiso lu kumandoti aninke ki dinkiralto.
And then?
Okola?
Then in 2003, decided to return to the Gambia.
In 2003, nanyingania purka seinan kanamurun ng Gambia.
And what were you involved in when you returned?
I was hired as a political economic assistant by the U.S. Embassy.
America la embassy mun bijang yenta purna doko keye kake politiko londo lonna dokulati ila embassy we banko kanjang.
And for how long did you work there?
Ye wuche jelle ke oto doko la.
I worked there for I believe 3 months.
Na mera ngakari sabale doku wo palasoto.
And then what happened?
Okola muneketa.
Then I was hired as a Secretary of State for Communication, Information and Technology.
Tumolo ina tanta e palaso dina purka ke Secretary of State menketa kibaro aning kibaro sambanya do koti banko kan.
By Secretary of State you mean minister?
Secretary of State wo anyado nyama ikafole minister bang?
Yes.
Ha.
And that meant you worked in the government of the then President of the Republic, Yahya Jammeh.
Munta wole mnyintiko yedo koke banko kan Republic of the Gambia mo lamansa kunda kono ikafume nunko Yahya Jammeh.
Correct.
Yes.
For how long did you work in the Jammeh administration?
Yewuche jelle ke do koke yewuche jelle do koke Jammeh la maralo kono
15 months.
karitang anilulu.
And what did you do after you left his government?
Biri botala mansa kunda kono yemuneke.
I set up a technology company, Commit Enterprise.
Na do kubunda londi menketa masina duka londo sambanya do koti me yalon ko mfangole yolo mfaye.
And for how long were you in that business?
Yewuche jelle ke wo safaro kono.
Well, I continued the business until the time I was arrested.
Kontineta wo safaro lela hanfo wato me yemuta.
And when were you arrested?
Yemuta wati jumale?
June 2011.
June 2011 sangokono.
Good. So before we get into your arrest and what happened subsequently, tell us about life as a minister in Yahya Jammeh's cabinet.
Janimbe futale ila mutoma fa kola afonyeng yelondo men soto anile jero muminti do kuoto wato me ibe do kola yaya Jammeh mansakunda kono.
Well, I had concluded that Jammeh was very unpredictable.
Namen soto je folo wala minti Jammeh mu boleti mo bukamen na ko haymano.
To put it in very flowery language.
Uruka akumo bonyoto ka banke anyama.
He was ephemeral. He changed color and mood frequently. Would that describe him well?
Amunda mosafo ko abele ko nyang konkorongo. Me yalon ka kala kuloro na la kulu falim ne wati o wati.
In fact, I thought he was mentally unstable, so yours may be even better, but I believe he was mentally unstable.
Ntela la no momenti no tumo ngaje ko mole men sondo mo mantima hakilo ta bala ntela jero mu woleti ngamuta woleti ko mo façon le mwati mo men sondo mo mantima.
I have never had Nyankonkorong, but I think that too could be quite apt. Mr. Chair, wouldn't you think?
Do you really want to bring me in this?
Nyankonkorong.
It's chameleon.
I think that's what they call a chameleon, which changes color every time.
Quite interesting. Maybe that too would capture his personality.
Akwa sekeno wosi akenya wala amanya fanan satanole.
I agree, because there are times when he would seem very happy and seem jovial, and the next minute he's ready to essentially eliminate the person he was playing with.
Nse sonno wala katu mole meya lonko tumodo luniaje asitara kampayala abe hadamayari abe jelela bari isaje ko miniti kota ngo nyinsi kemoti meya lonko aniu mari membe kachala nibe tuluna abe jelela wonya asipare purka o mari fa.
We have had testimony from one of his waiters in his residence, and he puts it in the following phrase. He said the Egyptian chef used to call him now happy, now angry.
Amunda na sede na mosodo me sede ya rokijang me yalonka mari bota Egypt banko le kambota aketa moleti mentarta domoro dada bundala atenyiye akoy na tola to me yalonko le minti sayin sewo anin sayin kamfato mo.
Would that describe him adequately?
Ako fo mo fransi mo si ofran fono amale bang.
Yes.
Yes, I will agree to that.
It's the same.
I think it's the same.
But ultimately your assessment is this man was not stable. He was mentally deranged.
Amunta barisilang ye memfolem nyinti nyimari manke moti mem sondo mo ba noto. Molem mosafo no ko mem fang munyama toti.
Yes.
Ha.
But apart from the fact the constant changes in moods, do you have anything else to why you think that he was unhinged?
Wati falling okenya ka jiko falling wati wo kola fokusi soto nole mem fanansike dalila doti ka foko mole mnyinti me yalon ka mantara molu kono.
There are lots of incidences. I know you don't have much time, but one such occasion is
kujamale bije menu keta mosi menu fono bari wairi wato la deto kama nsi santion kilimbino.
During a trip to Thailand with an official delegation, including the director of forestry,
sila do soto ndakata Thailand banko kan anduna nimmo le tata nyola wulu kono mobije memu director ti wula do ko kunna wala memu wulo do kula la nyaton koti.
As the director was engaged in conversations with his counterparts,
o director ning anyondo kula kotengolube kacha kantumo men na ila diamola.
And which counterparts are you referring to? The Thai officials who are also almost of the same level with our director of forestry.
Akobe do kula jumanyo la mobolem Thailand banko la do kula lumeni alonko ila do ko ning ntella banko dingo mentata je ila do ko musifa kile multibang.
Yes.
Ha.
Proceed, please. Then Janneh asked a minister to go and decorate the Gambian director of forestry to put ornaments on him.
Otumole Janneh kamo di minister lo la puru wo do kula memu na wulo do kula te puru katao nyarandi ka nyara fengolo ke bala.
At first, the minister thought Janneh was just kidding.
Follow the minister ni ya mira fo Janneh be tulule la wala be chaka no lela.
But he insisted, and the minister did exactly that, and Janneh ordered the forestry director not to move, to cooperate.
Andu wamari bidaya jako Janneh be sobe yalla afana wulta Janneh memfae afana yewoke bituna ata kamo di director nyimfonga la te Janneh fongo puro kana mama kaboji.
After that was done, the Thai officials were surprised and everyone burst into laughter.
Biru keta Thailand la molu menu bije akete jele kuoti jeleta kato akete terema quality bitu biru be botala.
After a while, the minister was ordered to take it off of the forestry director, and then he started going out to negotiate with his counterparts.
Biru meta domande anatafu minister pour katao fenglo bondi director nyimbala bitu tumoleng itelie kacha damuta ananyo ndoku nyolu animeno la doku mkilinti.
How do you think the Gambian director felt at that time?
Ile mira to Gambia nyin director men ayoko kala wonya ite amira wala miro ayoko je nyadile.
I'm sure he felt humiliated, but after that he was appointed minister.
Ako tembo densinyi mfono ko aketaye malukuoleti bari wabie kola anata tembo nkake minister ti.
Sitting there as a cabinet minister and you see this director being treated in this manner, how did you feel?
Ibe sirinje wotu moka fo imu ministality ina ataje boku fasongo kekan nyin director la ite yo ta nyadi le hadama yala karola.
I felt very embarrassed being part of a government whose leader would behave that way, especially in a foreign land.
Aketanye malubati kataka ke minister di katara molu kono ko nyatonko membe ko wo katao manya fasongo luke wandi banko kan aketanye maloti baki.
And for your other colleagues?
Ikafunyo kote waldung.
I'm sure they felt the same, because it was a kind of humiliation that you don't expect coming from a head of state. But that was not the first time Janneh did such.
Angalo ulfanali je akete bulu maloleti katu nyimira rola karola mote nyinjikila ko banku nyaton ko sio manya fasongo luke sako wandi banko kan.
From your experience, how did he treat his cabinet colleagues?
Itala jeroto cabinet do kulal wala nyaton ko lumena alonka anika si akamun ku fasonu le sambe kan,
or as he would expect us to put it, members of his cabinet.
There are some that he considered very close and used them as errand boys.
Dolu bije meni alonko amninku ma amuta ko lukata tala bakele bari akawlu kenyaman akemutala ko kila dinding kila lutendro.
A few he would refer to as opposition, showing that as far as he was concerned, Gambia is a democracy because he does have some in the cabinet who are opposition.
Dolu bije ayolu mutako aniol te kankilingo lube opposition la karola ko wari bari wairi Gambia mu democratic banko leti ase wol fanalu mutano le ko opposition lu bala man sakunda kono.
And who would be those people who would call opposition?
Itla miro to wol mujumanyo leti atasa fo menu mu opposition la molti.
I think one clear example is Amadou Scattred, who was tourism minister.
Mo santion kilimbije ka fo Amadou Scattred memu minister ti mem marta tubab lunta wala tani na kunya la banko kan.
And myself.
Aninte fango kundingo.
And Amadou Scattred, is he known by any other name?
Amadou Scattred dum foto kota bijele molu ka komandi men na bang.
Sillabai.
Sillabai. ika kumandi o fanan nale.
And why would he refer to the two of you as opposition?
Mananga atelu jube katel mo opposition on lete.
In the case of Amadou Scattred, even when he would engage the president in sometimes endless debates on policy matters.
Amadou Scattred la karola tumodo anim president ka dia mo janguluke kolu la menutilinta politiko ni mararo sambanya Kenya la banko kan.
Where you would have a few other ministers telling him to stop or telling us not to go any further. He would go until the president, essentially ends that debate.
Bari nkafunyolo dolu bije menu kafo ay pura akana tenten wo kachala bari ay ikatentengala le hanu fo laba ngotumodolu president fo kana odia mo kuntu ka kumfa.
And in your own case?
Ite fango dum na karola dum.
In my case, I was very persistent on matters relating to the media, especially the National Media Commission at the time.
Ntelu mumweleti meni alonko nyimungulu kubambandi mbaleti kolu menu tilinta kolu tanya ni ilanya la mentilinta kibaro do kubundala sako watu me yo kibar bunda kafolandi kavume media commission.
In essence, you're saying he called you opposition because you dared put forth your own ideas about policy, even though those ideas may differ from his.
Amunta niya ya ateli jeko opposition olem atel mu moleti meni alonko alkali fansum jero fana yitandia la do ko nyin samba nyala karola mennu nin atela jero te kilinti wodalilo le asabo ay ateli jube katel mu opposition oleti.
Yes, because we were different from the folks who would only shake their heads and say yes, sir.
Ha umuto nyalti katu ndel nimmo dolu fatala meni alonko ala kuoku uluke kumoji jale dro ya fay ha sa bitu ndel niul fatata walanna.
Nodding, head shaking, indicating agreement was the basic norm in that cabinet, wasn't it?
Amunta o cabinet kono ke kumoji ja ka song ala kolula amunta wole mu kuoti kuja makata mani nyami modol la karola ala o cabinet kono.
Yes, and that's why much of the time we spent drinking attire and eating.
Ha wala ya kendi wati jamaka soto nkatara ataya mingu dorone la je anin domoro.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes, because Janneh makes his decisions before any cabinet meeting, and I believe cabinet meetings were merely a facade.
Katu Janneh ka anganio parendi le ate pareta menkela okatra le ate yo ngani ya parendi foka pare. Amonda cabinet bengulu tumo. Ndeka jele dorong ulmu danko dorong kuoleti.
So there was no serious discussion of national issues at cabinet level.
Amunta woto kacha sobe buka kenung cabinet benguluto meya lonko asike banko la kukumalu tamanyati.
I would say so because anything arrived at during such meetings were meaningless.
Ha mbele fulade kado tumonka kamben kolu menula meni alonko kakeo benguluto nkadan damenuto ulbeka na kakuleti meni alonko dalila tela.
And what impact did that have on you as a member, and how did that help in shaping your future plans?
Wodulna ta muno kusoto ite fangala karola wairi ite be kafo kono ko mu kafu dingolti adu wonata kolu landi nyaadile ila sinin sama ferolu kono.
Well, I continued through the with the permanent secretary to send policy papers to the presidency.
Continental do kola wonya dron ninna permanent secretary adun ka kaytolo dada wonyale menu tilinta sartol nin tarambulo la kunya la pour kawlu ki president we.
And I also sought help from other countries to put pressure on him.
Adun ma ko ro nyin banku dolu fanalu kan pour nyin kamala isa tonton pour kolu nyanta nyamin ay tamawnya.
But ultimately, how did that affect your position within that cabinet, seeing that, well, cabinet was just a rubber stamping institution or body which did exactly what the president wanted?
saying wonata ila kulu landi nyaadi le anin ayete je nyaadi le o cabinet kono wairi allaba wonata ke ko cabinet mu danko doron cabinet leti men ya lonko e bije ateye ko kundi ngulindi kana tama wolela danko doron ateye men fo yeson wala kule tama wonya wonata itela kulu la nyaadi le.
It meant I didn't expect much from the policy positions that I was advancing, at least when it related to cabinet meetings.
Amanda wala mnyinti ko nda bakatara jikiri mfemfen na de nkawo sartolu menu dada kia cabinet la Karola awo bemulu fana luto aya kendile mbuka jiki fenna jere kafo nyimbekela nawo sartolu menu nteke dada.
In view of your education, your experience, and your wishes for this country, was that a tenable position?
Itela jero la Karola yenna ni kendo men soto nyimbanko ye ani ite kolu janyamin puruka kolu taman wodum anata la nyadile itela kolu tamandoro.
I had described it as something like musical chairs before joining, so I was very much aware of the situation.
Amunda najele ko kuma fen sira wala ngoti doron hani jannimbe dun naje wala akendi ngakulu tamandi wonya andu ngeje wonya andu anatake kule timeni alonko atelala finna kula ayela nyamin kulu kata wala nyama.
Well, let's explain this issue of musical chairs to the audience so that people would understand exactly what you're talking about. Give us a little more.
Nin kuma fen sira wala laftale yeje senayandi jama moli men be la moy kan wairi tubabu kan long pour isalong akoto mu mem fangote.
I didn't expect to last more than 3 years because of the constant hiring and firing.
Manji kinyin nako ndebe sanji sabo fonkela karisabo kela mansa kunda kono katu akamulu ta nyamin anake bay nyamin wulu kabula nyono ma nyamin manji kinyin fa kam karisabo kela je.
With that realization, did it compel you to put up any plans?
Bitun kolu be yonya wairi te fanga ya je wonya fo wodu ya kendile yefere dolu parendi bang.
Yes, beyond the National Media Commission issue, I felt I needed to register a company, so once I'm fired I can go into private enterprise.
Bitun wo kibar doku kafo media commission wolondo kola ngani ofanana fero tamandi pour ngam fansun safar bunda londi ni mbay wati o wati nsitanga doku tentendi na safar bunda.
You were not taken by surprise, were you?
Amanke yetere makuti de fodum ayetere.
Well, the only surprise was that I lasted more than 3 months, but I registered a company. At the time I was fired, I had already registered Commit Enterprise.
Ha amantereng meyenterenje dro wole ngammeta je fonga karisa bokije bar woyatara ngam fansu safar doku bunda londi me yalonko briye mbay dro ngani mudo consistent ngata doku tamandi.
In fact, you were fired after 15 months.
Andu inate bay briye kartang ani lulu doku je foka pare.
Yes.
Could you tell us about that?
Well, I was fired after 15 months and I spent 15 months in jail too.
Ha, birna kartani lulu doku atelaman sakunda kono. Ina damuranga kartani lulu fananke kasola.
Well, you had to pay back for every day that you served as cabinet minister.
Amunda o mujulu joleti luolum yeti lo nanga mo menke cabinet minister yala yole julo jo wonya wo yirko la ye menke kasola.
That was my conclusion too.
Ndafa fanana mira lo keta woleti.
And he did not have to wait for you to come back from a mission abroad to be sacked as minister.
Ando mani nyimbatu puru kete batu kabona tamadula kabo bantala ye bay kabo minister ya plaso.
I was in Nigeria representing the Gambia.
Mbenu Nigeria le ntata banko Gambia banko la hajo le tamandije utumo.
And I was informed by staff of GRTS that they have a news announcement that I was fired.
Andu nanyin kibaro mo GRTS la dokula la ko ye kibaro soto me nyim foko yente bayin na pala soto le.
And it wasn't until I returned to the Gambia that 3 days after my return that I actually got a letter from the NIA saying I was fired.
And bring Satan and Tata le fotili saba okola lo nata letter soto kabo NIA ulubulu ka foko yambay do kola le.
And those days it was NIA that enforced the firings.
And wotilo kono abeko NIA wolle ka o bayro lu be no masata.
Yes, their agents took me to my office to collect my personal items and to explain, their procedures. But I didn't have any personal items to speak of. I had expected something like this.
O NIA wolle yen samba na ofiso kono pour nyin kamala nte fansun fengolu menu bije nsi woluta bare ntela je nga landi nyale ma me yalon ko mbam fansun fembula je wairi ndebe jikiri nyine la nunko kolu bitala ni wala nyama.
Was there any form of formal handing over to your successor?
Fodun nyin sotontale banka do ko bondi te bulu pour ka chika ka di modo la membe saylete la palaso to babol ka fame handing over amunta do ko la falingo kabo buluto kata buluto fo ketale bang.
Not at all.
Hani wo manke.
But you had already prepared yourself anyway. You had already registered a business, so you moved on straight into that business.
Amunta ite fam parendile nun wo kolu kamma han fo yatra ye fansun safar bunda londi woto mbirim bayro keta do tenten itatela safar bundala.
Yes, I imported my personal vehicles from the US and office equipment and moved on with Commit Enterprise.
Nam fansun moto kumandile woto mo kabo America anin marchandise koto la nimbe do ko kala nyami woto mo nga Commit Enterprise londi foka pare ntenten tata na do ko bundala.
And you were in this business until in March 2011 when you joined the organization called Coalition for Change, the Gambia.
Saya ako munto ko benu business to 2011 nata na dung kafo kami for Coalition
for Change wala
Coalition falingo ke Gambia kono jang.
The business continued and I set up, together with some colleagues, set up CCG as an underground organization initially.
Safaro nyintendenta nata CCG londi ninka funyo dolu no bunda londi baraketa bunda altimeni alon kombeta makandu mala utumo.
Why did you make it an underground organization?
Underground organization.
Well, I should say I was the one underground, but the organization was public, and Data Fast Sources served as the face of the organization.
Nsafo nonte kumkili wale benun dumala mbedu koke kan dumala bari kafonyin oketa bantala jama kafoleti adun Data Fast Sources wale keta moti men keta kafo do ku bunda nyin nyatili moti.
And which Data Fast Sources are you referring to?
Data Fast Sources juma bole fokante.
Former president of the GPU, who was herself in exile at the time.
Me yalonko anana keta president of Gambia la kafudo ku bunda la men keta kibar do ku kafoti me yalonko labangola afaunata bankobula asita bantala.
As at the time of the creation of this organization, Coalition for Change, Data Fast Sources was outside the jurisdiction, correct?
Yes.
Kabiringal be o fenko nyim falinkan wato nde so Tafa Sources mantala banko kanja be bantala banko to.
Yes.
Aketa wala nyama.
Yes.
Yes.
In a sense, while this organization was advocating for change from abroad, you are representing the organization in Gambia, but at underground level.
Andunia jibe kabrini organization be falingo kata kan bantala banko kan barete watrete be banko kan je bar ke kan underground ba ke kan duma koto.
Yes, I was the coordinator operating underground, and Data Fast the Secretary General overseas.
Ndele be kolu tamandi kanun duma ka kolu kumbenin duma wairi wayatara Data Fast Sources atebe bantala abe kolu samba kanje.
Why did you feel the need to operate underground?
Na nakete sulo to puriaje ko yedu ko ke duma mokane e kalamuta.
Because of the repressive character of the government at the time.
Wotumo mansakunda membijang e kamolu detendi nyamin ila kolu to wala ya sabu ngake onya.
You told us that Data Fast Sources was formerly the president of the Gambia Press Union, GPU.
And ya fonu Janneh de tafaso sa telebenu president of GTU wato. GPU wato.
And as at that time she was living in exile.
And wo wato watara tebe bantala bankoto.
Why was it necessary for your organization to be operating underground? I know you did talk about the repressive character of the government. Why didn't they have to be in exile?
Munatina be jari la puru itela organisation no nye tama dumala andung yalo ne konde tafaso se atebe numbantala bankoto.
Because even mild criticism of the government at the time resulted in people being sent to exile, being tortured, and even murdered. And that was the fate we were trying to avoid.
Otumo hanniye mansa kunda wala atelamararo hanniya doya domandinke dorong kolu menu siboyi kan wala nyinti ko isi mari muta wala tajire yake la wala sekeno fangiye mari fa wokufa songon lebe kere no otumo.
We have had testimony from the Itafasose and other members of the Gambia Press Union, and the evidence revealed that over 140 attacks or arrests were made of Gambian journalists during those periods.
Sediaro soto Janneh de Tafasose bulumi alonko kol minketa Press Union aning mo jabal me sediaro kaya ko we mans boyinka soto boyinka mintata wuli keme tanani min soto boyinka min soto mansakunda bulu wato
journalist
oluka
and attacks on media homes, media houses, and burnings of media houses and so forth. Is that your view of what happened during those periods?
That's definitely my view, because I worked closely with the GPU before I became minister, when I was minister, and afterwards, and that's a very accurate description of the climate.
Wala mukulu tilindi ngoti men ketanu ngutu mo fonga ketawole nyama exactly kabirinte manke ministati hanu fo wato mentina atake ministati hanu fo akola brinte bota minister yala anin kol nata tente nyamin wala mukulu akeke ta nyamin ngutu mo.
You are a political scientist. You have a PhD in politics. I just want to give you this brief scenario, and you tell me whether our assessment is correct. It looked like from the coup d'etat of 1994.
Ite ayalo ne ko mu political science leti. Andu scientist soleti andu yala PhD sotole ako sayen kudeta la wato la itela jeroto fo ya akoresi wala nyama ba.
The first things Janneh did was attacked and neutralize the politicians who were banned from politics.
Ajame kufol minke wolom kaboyen kan oke aninke ajeko ke bon kana ida kana taraw ngin kol kono ngin politician la
ngata politician
la bundato
arresting and detaining and torturing the politicians in order to instill fear in them.
Ake muta ake sindidu lakiling anin kaje ko ka kul kele miyati no wayat na fam foy fangole silo sotoka akela doko tamandi.
Banning of demonstrations, and all demonstrators were arrested and tortured.
Anin fana nim momo wuta ka balamba yake akaje ko ke baleala anu nin momo fana dabulata ko no kaje ko ye muta ye tajirinde ya.
Attacking media houses by setting some on fire for opposing his positions or views.
Na kibaru bungol to kay boyen kan okela kaje ko balanta e malla fatela atela mansa kundala anin ke la bungol fana jani.
Attacking and detaining journalists or sending some on exile.
Anin fana ka boyen kan minke journalist to anin kaje ko fanke bondi banko kono jang foye buri bantala banko to.
Attacking new political opponents that emerge.
anin fanan ka boynga ke nyim political kutol mol mi alon ko wultale kuta kaje ko amalda fikaji ye sembo soto banko kan
attacking students who dared to challenge his authority and killing them.
Karamta dinol mi alon ko wolotal pour kaje ko kabalang ala kuola aka minta mandi kan kaje ko ke ka boy kan ke la fo ke fafa.
And finally, attacking politicians who emerged to demonstrate against his leadership.
Ani nyala bango fan kaje ko hani politician mi alon ko wol gutale kaje ko ka balamba yake ala wo ko la kaje ko ke boy kan wasambe tol fanankan.
Would you say that that is what characterized the Janneh government?
Fesa ko wole jamela masakundal tandi kaje ko ko mu kulit mi alon ko ku jawolo.
Yes, it was clear that Janneh did not distinguish between politicians, imams, students, what have you, in terms of meting out, his repression.
Janneh otumo amam fatam fansi soto jumalon almamiti jumalum taliboti jumalum nyinti wala jumalum makamatiti wotembo atemo mulu amo kul fulu fatam fansi.
We've seen what he did to students, to imams, to even his own family members. So it was very, Janneh's repression pervaded every aspect of society, every group, including his own.
Najeleko, ay menke alimamulula, ay menke talibolula, ay menke mokote mfasongulula, hana fango badingulu kata afangola dimbayalu, ngajala ay ku fasongu mellawulu kang, wala mnyinti, ate mammo moto, fembo nyoto, ate be tembendilurung, abe menke la mena kauleke.
But in addition to that repressive environment you just described, I see in your statement in page 5, this is what you had to say. And it went on as follows, that your business exposed you to the problems confronting ordinary citizens trying to make a decent living. And I quote this part, "The tax burden on businesses kept rising at a time when the state tended to disengage itself from providing even the most basic services for the community. Year after year, tax categories or burdens were created to continually milk the population. Much of the revenue was used to pay for extravagant ceremonies, wrestling matches, endless holidays, and countless gifts from the president to characters of all kinds. Extortion by members of the security services and the unending spate of arrests, disappearances, mysterious killings, and torture did not spare anyone. It didn't matter if one decided to remain mute or become vocal. There was no distinction between religious leaders or street vendors. The entire population increasingly became captives of a very ruthless regime determined to exploit its citizens to maintain Janneh's lifestyle and his grip on power," unquote. That is your description of the regime.
Akamunta ko ni min karante la fango la safero to la bukota ko fango akamunta ko jaaja mela man sakunda jetenne.
Very harsh words.
Kumul mi alon ko kumul man kuma jawlon kuma mi alon ka manyinya.
Well, it's the truth, because once I set up a business, the new tax categories, education tax and all sorts of taxes, and then you realize it's the president's mom's birthday, the president's wife's birthday, the president's birthday, and all sorts of events that cost millions of dollars at a time where even electricity, water, and everything was a problem in this country.
Another
Gambian katunia jibe wonata ke wato la wato me yalon ko nyimban ko kan kidimandiro lumenu kake wolem president Obama la wululum juro president la muso wululum juro president fango kumula wululum juro aning ku koteng lu meni yalon ko dépense balu kadum ikulna même yalon ko abeka ke namo leti banku dimlu ka namo lu menu jo aning kata tamol la anin ka dépense balu ke kulu kulna meni yalon ko kibir ku kense wala molti menu man nafaso to banko e.
Another Gambian political scientist who appeared before us as an expert witness described it as a military vampire state. Would you agree?
Nga modo fana soto Janneh fana mu Gambian political science leti afana nyin ko je wala nyama la ba on faya to ko military vampire state fana ya je wala nyama pa
wala sojarul ka balu molula.
Fairly accurate, because at the same time that the wasteful spending was going on and the repression, he tried to keep the military on his side with endless spending and getting them involved in politicking.
Amuto nyalti ya fanyami kadu tembo ayakatale ka sojaro lulondi nyama me yalon ko lubate damman ne fasala yo adu otumo kol bitaka nyami wo dépense kollengo lumenu be ke tamandi o nya aka kanyina kam mapru atedda man sembo batele bulando lafta men wala kata otumo landi afango kan pour ya fasa.
Mr. Chair, I think this is a convenient point to stop for the break.
Indeed, Council, and thank you so much, and thank you, Dr. Janneh. We will take a 1 hour break and come back at 2:40. Meeting is adjourned.
diine islam bi nangu ko te sudu
nguuri Gambia beni li nga xamne modi commissioner human right dañ advice nguuri Gambia pour ñu aar ak ñu promote li nga xamne biti manam moy jigen ak jigen ñuy sey ak goor ak goor ñuy sey lu ci sa xalaat ci lolu non nguuri Gambia beni li nga xamne modi commissioner human right dañ advice nguuri aar ak ñu promote li nga xamne modi LGBT manam moy jigen ak jigen ñuy sey ak goor ak goor ñuy sey lu ci sa xalaat ci lolu non nguuri Gambia beni li nga xamne modi commissioner human dañ advice nguuri Gambia pour ñu aar ak ñu promote li nga xamne modi LGBT manam moy jigen ak jigen ñuy sey ak goor ak goor ñuy sey lu ci sa xalaat ci lolu non nguuri Gambia beni li modi commissioner human right dañ advice nguuri Gambia pour ñu aar ak ñu promote li nga xamne modi LGBT manam